Meanwhile, a new bill introduced in the Minnesota Senate would require schools to be prepared in the case of a cardiac emergency. Senator Bonnie Westlin, a DFLer representing Plymouth, Minnesota, introduced that legislation late last month. It would require all Minnesota public and charter schools to have and fund a cardiac emergency response plan. The plan says schools must identify members of an emergency response team, list guidelines for responding to a cardiac arrest, and then have an AED nearby. Those AEDs would also need to be inside a school's athletic venue or within a 1 to 3 minute walk from the venue. Coaches and athletic staff will also be required to be CPR and AED trained. This legislation has now been referred to the Senate Education Finance Committee. In national